Cadillac, grave digger, kiss the death friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, he already dead. Right now I'm on the edge.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Chris Boswell. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
Well, we love to say get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Green the line! Green the line! Two jet!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Black 22.
Watson on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Set. Green to line. Green to line. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Third and 2, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. Watson now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10.
Black 22. Black 22.
Now Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Black 99 Philly. Come back, come back. Red, blue, right.
Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Black 99 Philly. Down. Green to line. Green to line.
And they'll run it here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Down. Green to line. Green to line. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
From the gun on third, Watson steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Black 22! Black 22! Tiger!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Tiger! Green 39! Green 39! Tiger!
Now it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, that'll get him the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Come back! Blue lady! Richmond! Reset!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Black 22! Black 22! Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Watson. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Down! Blue lady! Two jet!
Here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Green the line! Green the line!
Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9.
Green the line! Green the line! Richmond! 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 Come back! Come back!
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Hey! Green the line! Green the line! Richmond! Richmond! Tiger! 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 Richmond! Richmond! Tiger! 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 2 jet! 2 jet!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now back to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Watch it now, Barney!
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Reset. Hey, blue 80.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Tiger. Down. Blue 80. Tiger.
Now Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come back.
Watson on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Come back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Ryan Shazier in there to sack him. And that is 10 for him now on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this 1st half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney.
And on the ground they go with a running back. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Hot. Gun.
On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Leopard. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Richmond. Tiger. Blue 80. Reset. Richmond.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Richmond. Down. Back 22.
Here's Watson. Completion to Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now a first down throw. Watson looking deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Hey, green 39, green 39. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Hey.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Steps away to his left, and that's off the mark, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it, or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson operating from the gun. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're going to try and throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead. Right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. 22 yards on the pickup there. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us. They've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Steelers are going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Now let's go. 3.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Gone.
Now back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Down. Green the line. Green the line. Come back. Come back. Tiger.
Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. He's letting this. It's caught at the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Come back.
Now Watson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is third and goal.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Come back. Tiger. Black 99 Philly. Come back. Reset.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Houston, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance?